Good afternoon, students. In the previous session, we have seen the free radical mechanism of additional polymerization and the synthesis of Teflon, preparation, properties and applications of Teflon. Today, we are going to see the preparation, properties and applications of fibers and some of the rubbers. So, where we have seen the plastics, rubbers and the fibers in the classification of the polymers based on the intermolecular forces. Yes. So, just let us recall that that topic, that is the classification of polymers based on the intermolecular forces. Based on the intermolecular forces, polymers are classifying into three types. One is plastics, fibers and another one is the rubbers. So, we know the plastics are having the intermediate relationship between the fibers and the rubbers. Rubbers are having weak intermolecular forces between the monomer units in the polymer chain, but whereas the fibers are having a strong covalent bond between the monomer units in the polymer chain. That means fibers are very strong polymers compared to the remaining polymers. So, fibers are having very stiffness and these are very strong polymers. So, let us see the nylon 6,6. Nylon 6,6, the first example under fibers, nylon 6,6. This we have seen in the condensational polymerization. Nylon 6,6 is synthesizing by the condensational polymerization of hexamethylene diamine and the adipic acid. So, how we are synthesizing nylon 6,6? By the condensational polymerization of hexamethylene diamine and the adipic acid. So, what is the first monomer? Hexamethylene diamine and the other monomer is the adipic acid. The second monomer is the adipic acid. Adipic acid is also called as the tetramethylene dioic acid. Yes. So, what are the two monomers? One is the hexamethylene diamine and the adipic acid. Methylene group is nothing but by removal of two hydrogens in the methane, we will get the methylene. CH2 is methylene. Hexamethylene diamine, amine is NH2. Diamine, n number of hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. What is the other name of adipic acid? Tetramethylene dioic acid. Now, you know what is tetramethylene, CH2 taken 4. Dioic acid, 2COOH, functional groups are here. This is adipic acid. N number of adipic acids. These are undergo condensational polymerization. What is mean by the condensational polymerization? Condensational is nothing but removal of water molecules or removal of smallest molecules in the polymerization process, that is condensation. So, here the water molecule is removing when the two different monomers are combined. Hydrogen from the amine. So, we are writing NH2 as NH single bond hydrogen. So, we can write NH2 as single bond hydrogen. So, we are writing NH single bond hydrogen for representing the removal of water molecule. So, now this hydrogen, this OH are eliminating in the form of water molecule. And same this OH with the next monomer unit, the next monomer unit is a hexamethylene diamine. So, with that hydrogen eliminating in the form of water molecule. And now this hydrogen with the carboxylic acid OH group is eliminating in the form of water molecule. So, totally eliminating n number of water molecules in the polymerization process. Now, in the polymer chain there is no hydrogen because this hydrogen is eliminating in the form of water molecule. Single bond NH, CH2 taken 6, single bond NH. Due to the removal of water molecule, new bond is forming between NH and C double bond O. CH2 taken for C double bond O, the single bond which is repeating for n number of times. So let us write the polymer NH, CH2 taken 6, NH, C double bond O, CH2 taken 4, C double bond O, repeating for n number of times. So this is nylon 6, 6. So I said in the previous class that we are having various nylons. Nylon 6, 6, 6, 8, 6, 10, 6, 12. These are based on the monomer unit. If the first monomer and the second monomer both are having the 6 carbons in it, the nomenclature is the nylon 6, 6. So look at the reactions. See here, it has 6 carbons and it has 4 carbons, 5 carbons and the 6 carbons. So the 2 monomer units are having the 6 carbon units. So the nomenclature is the nylon 6, 6. So if the second monomer is having the 8 carbons, the nomenclature is nylon 6, 8. Same in the 6, 10, the first monomer is having 6 carbons, second monomer is having the 10 carbons. Yes, so on. So this is the synthesis of nylon 6, 6. Now let us see what are the properties and the applications of nylon 6, 6. Nylon 6, 6 is high, it is very strongest polymer. And another one, it is having the high melting point. Melting point is very high for the nylon 6, 6 because of the hydrogen bonding. You know what is mean by the hydrogen bonding, but just let us recall what is mean by the hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding is nothing but the strong attraction between the highly electronegative atom to the hydrogen. If the hydrogen is nearby to the highly electronegative atom, there is a strong attraction between the highly electronegative atom and the hydrogen. That strong intermolecular forces between the hydrogen and highly electronegative atom is called the hydrogen bonding. See in this is nylon 6, 6. In nylon 6, 6, we have the hydrogen which is near to the oxygen. But we know oxygen is having highly electronegativity. So it is attracting the hydrogen towards it. This intermolecular attraction between the hydrogen and highly electronegative atom is called the hydrogen bonding. So this hydrogen bonding is repeating for n number of times. Because of the hydrogen bonding, nylon 6, 6 is very strong and it has the high melting point. And one more, nylon 6, 6 is not absorbing the water. It is not absorbing water much. And even when it is absorbing the water, it is easily drying. Yes, so those are the properties of nylon 6, 6. Now let us see the applications of nylon 6, 6. Especially nylon 6, 6 is using in the textile industry and also in the ropes, socks and tires, nylon tires. Yes, so these are the applications of nylon 6, 6. So now let us see the next fiber which is similar to this, Kevlar. But before going to see the Kevlar, nylon 6, 6 and Kevlar, these two are the polyamide. You know what is the amide? C double bond O, NH2 is the amide. This you have seen in the organic chemistry functional groups. This is the amide. If the amide is repeating for n number of times, that is called the polyamide. See here, it is having C double bond O, NH. Yes, so that is the polyamide. This is called the aliphatic polyamide. Aliphatic polyamide is nothing but which is having only the alkyl groups. Non-aromatic compounds are present in that compound is called the aliphatic compound. But whereas the Kevlar is the aromatic compound and it is also one of the polyamide. This is aromatic polyamide. And Kevlar is synthesizing by the terephthalic acid and 1,4 diaminobenzene. It is synthesizing by the condensational polymerization of terephthalic acid and the 1,4 diaminobenzene. So, let us see 1,4 diaminobenzene structure. This is benzene. So, let us take the numbering from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what am I saying? 1,4 diaminobenzene. This is the first position and this is the second position. 1,4 diaminobenzene. This is 1,4 diaminobenzene and terephthalic acid. Terephthalic acid is nothing but the carboxylic acid functional groups are attaching at the 1 and the 4 position. These are bonding at the 1 and 4 position, that is the terephthalic acid. C double bond OCl, C double bond OCl. This is terephthalic acid. This is 1,4 diaminobenzene and this is terephthalic acid. So, now these are repeating for n number of times. It is repeating for n number of times and it is also repeating for n number of times. So, now when these two are combining with each other, there is condensation takes place. What is mean by the condensation? Removal of smallest molecules. So, here the hydrogen from amine, chlorine from terephthalic acid is eliminating in the form of hydrochloric acid, and same this hydrogen with chlorine of the terephthalic acid is eliminating in the form of hydrochloric acid. This chlorine with 1,4 diaminobenzene hydrogen is eliminating in the form of hydrochloric acid. That means there is totally elimination of minus n number of hydrochloric acid. Same like the previous. In the place of aliphatic we have the aromatic. In the place of aliphatic we have the aromatic. That is only the difference. So, let us write the structure. There is no hydrogen and we will get the new bond between NH and the C double bond O. And due to the removal of Cl, this carbonyl functional group is bonding with the next monomer. Yes. So, let us write the structure. Single bond NH, C double bond O, NH, C double bond O, sorry, this is CH2 taken, not CH2 taken 6, benzene here, benzene, C double bond O, benzene, C double bond O, which is repeating for n number of times. This is Kevlar. Yes. So, this is the synthesis of Kevlar. So, how the Kevlar is synthesizing? Kevlar is synthesizing due to the condensational polymerization of 1,4 diaminobenzene and the terephthalic acid. So, now let us see the applications of Kevlar, but before that just let us see what are the properties of terephthalic acid. Same like nylon 6,6 terephthalic acid also, sorry, Kevlar also one of the polyamide, and it is also having the hydrogen bonding. Similar to this, it is also having the hydrogen bonding. We can write NH like this. So, there is a strong intermolecular forces or intermolecular attraction between the hydrogen and the oxygen, that is the hydrogen bond. So, due to the hydrogen bonding, it is strong, but compared to nylon 6,6, it is having more melting point because it is the aromatic compound and it is more stiff. It is very strong, and compared to the steel, it is 20 to 30 times stronger. Kevlar is 20 to 30 times stronger than the steel. Yes. So, these are the properties of Kevlar. And one more, these two polyamides are highly resistant to the atmosphere. That is the properties. Now, let us see the applications of Kevlar. Kevlar, especially using in the aircraft industries, the wings of aircraft industry, the wings of aeroplanes are synthesizing by using Kevlar, and even the clutches of the bikes, helmets, These are synthesizing by using the Kevlar. Yes, so there are various applications of Kevlar because of the stiffness. Yes, even the car doors, the car components are synthesizing by using the Kevlar. So now let us see the next topic, that is preparation, properties and applications of the rubber. Just a minute. Preparation, properties and applications of the rubber. So rubbers are having weak intermolecular forces between the monomer units in the polymer chain. So rubbers, in rubber we have Buna S rubber, butyl rubber and the silicone rubber. But today in this session I am going to explain you Buna S rubber. Already we have seen the Buna S rubber in the copolymerization. In copolymerization we have seen the Buna S rubber. So how Buna S rubber is synthesizing? Before that, we can easily remember the monomer names in Buna S rubber by Buna S. Bu stands for one monomer, S stands for another monomer and Na is the catalyst. Here Bu is the one of the monomer, that is 1,3 butadiene, and S is the another monomer, that is styrene. And whereas Na is sodium catalyst. Na is a sodium catalyst. Now let us see what is the Buna S rubber synthesis. Buna S rubber is synthesizing by the copolymerization of 1,3 butadiene and styrene in the presence of sodium catalyst. So let us see the synthesis. I explained you how to write the butadiene structure. But means 4 carbons. At 1 and 3 position we have the double bond. Remaining all are single bonds and the hydrogens. Carbon should have the 4 bonds. So carbon already having the 2 bonds, remaining 2 bonds with 2 hydrogens. This carbon already having the 3 bonds, so remaining 1 hydrogen. This carbon also having already 3 bonds, remaining 1 hydrogen. This carbon is having the 2 bonds, remaining are 2 hydrogens. So this is 1,3 butadiene, and styrene is nothing but vinyl benzene. You know what is vinyl? CH2 double bond CH single bond is vinyl. CH2 double bond CH single bond is a vinyl. When the vinyl group is bonding to the benzene, that is a vinyl benzene. So this vinyl benzene is also called as a styrene, and this is 1,3 butadiene. It is repeating for n number of times. But you know what happens in the additional polymerization? Copolymerization is similar to the additional polymerization. It is one of the type of additional polymerization. In additional polymerization, the double bonds are shifting from one monomer unit to another monomer unit. So here this double bond is shifting from here to here. This double bond is shifting from here to here, and this double bond is shifting from here to the next monomer unit. So which is repeating for n number of times. So now even at the left side also the new monomer, that means the styrene will be attacking. So left side also we will get the new single bond, a CH2 single bond, a CH. One of the bond is shifting from here to here. So here we will get the double bond, a CH, a single bond CH2, new bond between CH2 and CH. This double bond is shifting from here to here. So double bond is converts to single bond. Here we will get the new bond due to shifting. But this CH is bonding to the benzene. This benzene is not participating in the reaction. So which is repeating for n number of times. This is Buna S rubber. So this is the synthesis of Buna S rubber. How the Buna S rubber is synthesizing? Due to the copolymerization of 1,3 butadiene and styrene in the presence of sodium catalyst. So now let us see the properties and applications of Buna S rubber. So Buna S rubber is one of the best electrical insulator. So you know that almost all the polymers are the good electrical insulator. The best electrical insulator is the plastic and the rubber. Yes. So rubber is the best electrical insulator, and it is highly resistant to atmosphere, oxygen, ozone, and it is easily undergo vulcanization, same like the natural rubber. So vulcanization is nothing but addition of sulfur to improve the characteristic of the rubber. Yes, same like natural rubber, we can do the vulcanization process to the Buna S rubber also. These are the properties of the Buna S rubber. Now let us see what are the applications of Buna S rubber. Because of the good electrical insulating characteristics, it is acting as an insulator in the electronic industry, and it is also using in the synthesis of toys, shoe soles. Yes, especially in the shoe soles we are using the Buna S rubber, and not only in that, even in the conveyor belts, cycle tires, motorcycle tires, these are synthesizing by using the Buna S rubber. Yes, these are the applications of Buna S rubber. Remaining we will see in the next class. In the next class we are going to see the remaining rubbers, and along with that biodegradable polymers. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.